building a home isn't just about choosing a floor plan. It is about making hundreds of decisions that are literally going to impact your finances, your lifestyle, and most importantly, your peace of mind. I've seen this happen time and time again where people think that building a home is just for the ultra rich and that there's no way you can do it or it's very complicated. And the truth is, this is something that everybody can do, but it really comes down to who you're partnering up with to bring this vision to life. When done correctly, it can be one of the best decisions that you make for you and your family to really have something tailored for your unique lifestyle. And in this video, I am going to walk you through the step-by-step of how to build a home so that you can avoid some of the common pitfalls that some buyers, when looking to purchase a house or looking to build their own house, might make. And in this video, my goal is to save you time, money, and of course, most importantly, peace of mind. So let's get to it. Now, the first step before we get into anything is understanding your motives behind building a custom home. Now, in this video, I am going to be specifically focusing on building a home and giving you the overall breakdown of what you're going to be doing. But I do want to mention that there is also a lot of the things I'm going to share with you here that are already covered by builders. So if you decide, Alexa, I love that I understand how to build it, but you know what? I don't think it's for me. I would much rather pay the builder a little bit of a premium for them to build the home for me, or in some cases, pay less for the builder to create something for you because of some things that we're going to get into the video. That is still going to help you in understanding what is going to be your best option. So I do want to preface that. But before we get into anything, like I said, the most important thing is really understanding your why. Why are you actually interested in building a home for you and your family? And when I mean why, I really want you to sit down and understand. A lot of us have this idea of creating a custom home, right? Like, I'm included in that bucket as well. I know that there's certain things that I would love my house to have. And I'm like, yes, I want to create this like custom layout. I want everything to be exactly the way I want, from the bathroom facing the face of the area of the house that I want, from, you know, the kitchen having the exact square footage, and all of that is amazing. But here's the thing. When you're building a home, there's a lot of things that you're going to create that are going to be custom to your unique preference. And when it comes to sell, and this is the key part of why I'm focusing on this before we get into any of the deep diving of how you build the house, when it comes to sell the house, what's going to happen is that you created this masterpiece based on what you like. That doesn't mean that somebody else is going to like it. And you might say, I don't care, I'm going to live in this house until I die. If that's the case, Bob, you go ahead and do it. Nancy, go ahead and do it. But the thing here is that there's a lot of people, and I see it more times than not, where they create this beautiful masterpiece that matches everything that they wanted, but it's not necessarily what the market is going to like. I'll give you an example. I had this one client that they chose to basically do marble the entire bathroom, like marble sinks, marble floors, marble roof, like everything in the bathroom was marble. When I saw that, I was like screaming internally, right? I was like, oh my gosh, like this is very unique to what they like, but it's not necessarily what a buyer might like. Like if you ask me if I like that, no. Did it look nice? Yeah, it looked nice for him and his family. But for me, that's not something that I would have enjoyed having to gut out so that I can make it my own. This is why I say that it is really important for you to understand why you're doing it, because if you're not planning on staying here for a long time, you're going to shoot yourself in the foot by creating something so custom that now for us to sell it, it is going to be that much harder. And of course, with the right team, we'll get it done. That house, we sold it, but it took longer than they would have liked. So these are the little things that you just need to be aware of up front before you get yourself into a situation that you regret later. Step number 2, the land and the location matter more than the house. I want you to really write this down. If you're taking notes, go ahead and write it down. I do have a full checklist. If you're interested in us sending that to you, send us a message down below and we'll share that with you. But this is very important because a lot of people are obsessed with the house, right? Even when I have people that are buying resale, or even when I have people that are buying from a builder, they fall in love with the house. But I remind them, look at the area. And I want you to drive at different times in the day for you to really determine if that area is what you want. It could be from you actually falling in love with it at a moment in the day where there's no traffic and you're like, oh my God, this is beautiful. I love it. Yes, sign me up. And then you sign on that house, you sign on that lot, and you realize later that that traffic is actually horrible because there's a school right down the house, right? I made that mistake one of my first houses. I wasn't thinking, I let my emotions run high, and I was so obsessed with the house that I didn't really stop to say, ooh, we're really close to a school. And in that moment, because I had a little one, I was like, that's gonna be great, no worries. I personally didn't love it. Yeah, okay, so that's something that you want to make sure you're really focusing on. Also, your commute times, right? How long is it going to take for you to get from point A to point Z at different times of the day? I would recommend you drive in the morning, you drive at around 5, 6 p.m., and then you drive at night so that you really get an idea for how your commute is going to look on a daily basis. You see, these are things that now, as an expert in real estate, for those of you that don't know me, I have a team here in El Paso, Texas. We would love to serve you. And I'm also an investor. So I don't just help people buy and sell. I also buy and sell myself, right? I invest in my own properties and I flip them, or I actually have my own Airbnbs. And that's something that I'm really fortunate to say that I have grown from being a first-time buyer, just like most people that didn't have a trust fund or didn't have somebody give them something, which there's nothing wrong if that was you. I'm just sharing my story. So with that being said, I didn't think about these things. I didn't think about the fact that I had to be cautious of where I was investing, not just from the house looking pretty, but also all of these external factors. And if you're building a home, it's the same thing. You might fall in love with the lot, but then because of the fact that you haven't really thought everything through, you think that that lot is going to work for you. Come to find out, the lot is actually too small for what you wanted. And this is why it is so important to work with people that know their stuff, because these are the things that we're going to advise you on. Whenever I bring one of my clients to a builder that I feel 1000% that we can trust in them, they're going to bring all these things to your attention. We're going to sit at a design center and we're literally going to sit with the architect to actually understand what are your needs, like what are you looking for, what's the big picture? Because as you will find out as we go through our list today, sometimes people get so overwhelmed with the fact that the bid that they originally thought was going to be the number that they were going to receive actually ends up being more, because there's certain things that the architect was like, yeah, go ahead. Like, you know, you're talking with the architect, you're like at this, at that, at this. And then when you go to actually get a bid for what it's going to cost you, you're like scared because you're like, oh my gosh, I thought it was gonna be $500,000 and now we're at $1 million. These are the little things that really are important, and why the lot matters is because there's a lot of people, I see it happen a lot, where they fall in love with the lot, they fall in love with the location, they didn't really think it through when it came to the house, and the backyard is so tiny. And maybe for you, you're like, I don't care, Alexa, I love it, and I love my backyard being small because I don't have a lot of maintenance. But as a Texas gal myself, okay, as a Latina, I personally love having a backyard. I love to be able to have my pit bulls go outside. I love to be able to go outside and ground. I love to be able to have space in my backyard. And I've seen houses that I fall in love with, but I look at the backyard and I'm like, it's a no-go. It's a no-go, there's no backyard, I don't want this. So you really want to think about it from that perspective, because again, if you're going to keep this house for maybe 10 years or 10 years plus, that's amazing. But let's say you're going to pass it down to your kids. You're going to pass down a headache to them if you're not thinking about these things. And if you're anything like me, you want to take care of your kids, you want to help them as much as you can. Maybe you're not going to even gift them the house. Maybe you're going to put it in a situation where you're going to allow them to rent it and actually have this as an asset. There's a lot of ways to go about this, right? But if you really want to make sure you're making your investment work long-term, make sure you look at the land and make sure you look at the location, because if you get the wrong location where there's that one neighbor that you're like, oh my God, this is gonna be an issue for you to sell it, it's gonna be a problem. And I recommend you just go and talk to people in the neighborhood. I've done it, like literally go and just walk your dog, walk with your kids, be friendly and just be like, hey, you know what? I'm actually thinking of living up the street, thinking of buying a property. I just wanted to see how the neighborhood is. What do you think? They're the people that are going to be very honest with you. Very, very honest. And you're gonna sense it. You're gonna be able to see. Some people, maybe it's the house right next door. They're like not your type of people. That might be something to think about. Maybe you're very different and you're like, no, I want a neighborhood where it's like tight knit, and maybe that's not going to be for you. So really focus on this, because this is something that you just can't change. You can change the house, you can't change the location, you can't change the lot. Understanding that we need to actually budget beyond the base price. As I said earlier, somebody gives you a bid for what they think it's going to cost, but because you didn't talk to somebody that actually knew what was going to be involved beyond what you originally talked about, all of a sudden you're now way above your original price point that you wanted to be at. So this is very important. You want to know what is going to be involved, what are permits going to look like, your design choices, sometimes even your landscaping. These are things that some builders will actually help you with financing that into the home. Other builders will not. They'll make you pay for that up front. And if you're actually doing it on your own, you want to be very cautious of this, because some lenders will not allow you to finance that and some lenders will. And this is really where it comes into making sure you have a toolkit that you can go into and make sure that you have people that are going to have your back and really advise you on this, because I am telling you, it's happened time and time again where people underestimate what the floor was going to cost, overestimate some other things, and then at the end of the day, their numbers are completely off, and it just causes a lot of uncertainty. It causes a lot of stress, financial stress at that. And now you're bothered, now you're overwhelmed, versus just knowing upfront that you want to have a little margin, right? Right now we're actually flipping a house, and originally the tile guy told us, I can find something for about $1.10 the tile, right? Because it's going to be a flip. So we're looking for something that's going to be cost efficient. Come to find out, we're in the $1.99 going to like $2, some even $3. I was like, this is why it's important to just overestimate, and it's going to save you a lot of time. It's going to save you a lot of money, and it's going to just give you that peace of mind knowing that you are looking at everything long-term wise, so that you don't get in a situation where you're overwhelmed and now you're like, yeah, I was expecting this. Choosing the right builder is so important, because it's not just about choosing the right builder, it's about also not going with the cheapest one. Just like you wouldn't want to go with the cheapest doctor if you were in a situation where there's something critical that you want to get a second opinion on. It's the same mindset that you want to have when building your home. And this is the number one reason why there's so many clients that will tell me, Alexa, I want to make sure that I have somebody that is going to guide me through this, somebody that's going to hold my hand. Just like I don't know enough about cars to be able to make an assessment of where or how certain things should go, I need to trust an expert in guiding me. So when you have in this example, a builder that is guiding you, and you have now a designer that is helping you bring this vision to life, it's not about them choosing what they want, it's about you telling them what you want and then bringing it to life. But let's say you said, I want my bed here. And then all of a sudden you didn't think of the fact that maybe down the road you wanted to have space for a fireplace, and you wanted to have space for your little nightstands right next to your bed. Well, in that moment you thought, yeah, this is more than enough space. But then the designer brings other perspectives to you and just helps you really bring this picture to a whole different meaning. And this is really why I believe that sometimes the reason why we make mistakes is because we're just afraid to ask for help. We're afraid to be vulnerable and say, I just don't know this. I need you to guide me with it. And if you have the right team, we're not going to make you feel bad about that. Matter of fact, whenever I have somebody that asks me a question and they're genuinely asking me a question that maybe they feel like it's a dumb question in their book, I actually value that, because I'm like, you really want to understand how this works. Like, you really want to be in a position of certainty and understanding what you're getting yourself into versus just pretending you're understanding and then later it comes back and hurts you. I have clients in every single sector. I have clients in law enforcement, clients that are working for the government, clients that are working as doctors, and every single client that I've had, when they're open to sharing with me about their world, I ask them like, oh, I've never heard about that, or tell me more about it, because I genuinely want to understand you. And for me, it's the same thing when it comes to a builder. If you have the right team, we're here to guide you. We're here to explain things that maybe for us it's second nature, but you're not building houses every day. We are supposed to be selling houses at least we should be selling a house every single month. So if you have that perspective, this is really where things are going to change for you. And that is really where you want to make sure that you're positioning yourself with that power of ensuring that you know what you're getting yourself into and you're not just going for the cheapest one. You're getting involved in something that is really going to last and endure the test of time. Design with intention, not just trends. And what that means is that I see a lot of people build this beautiful farmhouse, right? Because that's the trend. And then later they realize that they actually wanted a Spanish style home, or they actually wanted a modern home. But because people in their sphere told them, oh my God, farmhouses are just beautiful, and if only I could have a farmhouse, they build the thing, and then later they realize, I don't really love it. Like, it wasn't really speaking to me. Especially when you're building a home, you want to make sure that you understand what type of elevation you're going to create. What kind of fixtures are you going to use? Is it going to be contemporary? Is it going to be modern? What overall is going to be your preference? You can go to Pinterest and look up different ideas for different types of styles so that you can go ahead and really get a better understanding. There's also an app called House, and they actually help you with getting more pictures and different types of styles. I'll link the resources down below, or again, if you need some assistance, send us a message. We would love to help you. But this is really where you want to take time to bring your picture to life. I believe in manifesting. I believe that God gave us this beautiful, beautiful brain to imagine things that we don't see in our external reality, but we see it here, right? So we really have to see it here before we bring it to life. And if you can't see it here, then you're not really going to bring it to life. So be very intentional with this step, because it's going to help you really make sure that you're happy with the product and not just be in a situation where you regret it a few years later down the road. Inspections and protecting yourself. This is really where you want to make sure, if you've already designed everything right, and like I said, you can do all of this on your own. You don't have to worry about working with a builder. There's just more cost involved sometimes. And even if you find the lot, you need to make sure that your lender is going to finance it, and then you need to have a home construction type of loan for you to construct the home. So that's a whole other ballpark. It's definitely doable, like I said, but just make sure that you really do your research before getting into that situation. But let's just say you decided and you know what lot you want, you know what financing you're going to get, you know what down payment you're going to have, you know what your monthly payment is going to be, you know how quick you need to actually build the house, and now the house is actually being built. I highly recommend that each phase of the construction, you're actually doing inspections. And yes, it's gonna cost you a little bit of money, but I'm telling you, it is so worth it. There's so many people that don't know what they're putting in the foundation because they're going with a cheap builder that's not really doing the work properly. Or there's a lot of times that they don't do soil testing, and then later you have foundation problems. Later, maybe you find out that the roof actually didn't have the proper sealant and it causes issues later down the road. There's so many things that can come about a poorly built home, and I don't want you to go through that. So make sure you're investing in inspectors, make sure that you're doing walkthroughs, make sure that your agent is keeping you up to date. Depending on the route you take, right, whether you decide to build it yourself, then you have to be the one taking care of all of that. But if you're building with a builder and you have somebody that's assisting you with this, and I do want to preface that even if you decide to build it on your own, we can still help you. Again, like I said, it's just a very different process, and there's different fees associated with that. So if you do want to know more about that, send us a message too. But let's just say you decided, Alexa, I want to build something custom, but I want the builder to help me. I just want to facilitate everything. Then at that point, we need to make sure that we're staying on top of the builder as well and asking them for progress as the timelines go on so that we can check in. So we can check in for you so that we can make sure that we know where everything is at and so that we can tell you so that you can also go out to the property. I've had clients that have asked me if I can go out and check how things are going. We have no problem with that. I have a team for that same reason so that we can have your back. I'm not just a one-man band. I want to make sure that I have other people that can support you. And this is really where the difference comes between having an agent that is figuring life out while working with you versus having an agent that's established and knows what we're doing. It really goes a long way, and there's nothing wrong in the people that are starting off. I've been there myself. I would consider myself still on that journey because I don't see myself as the Barbara Corcoran of Manhattan, right, when she had her real estate business. But I do know that everything I've built it through providing customer service, providing that support to my clients, providing value. And I pride myself in the team that we now have together. I have to make sure that we are on top of timelines. I always tell my clients, especially when we're doing an interview, I'm like, look, it's not just me. So you're going to hear from, this is a person, this is my transaction coordinator, this is my assistant, this is my social media management, this is where everybody's going to be in touch with you, just to make sure that you really know what to expect. And at the end of the day, when you're making this investment, it is such a huge responsibility because it's not just a house that maybe you're doing for yourself, maybe you're doing for your loved ones as well. And you really want to know that the team is having your back. So again, don't skip out on the inspections. Make sure that the agent that is helping you is really guiding you and is serving you so that you know that you're in a good position and that you're not going to have something come back later and cost you a arm and a leg. Now, lastly, if you followed all of these steps, by this point, you should already be days away from closing on your home. It will take roughly about 12 months to build a very, very custom home. Some builders can do it in 6 months. Some builders can do it in about 8 months. Some is gonna take about 1.5 years, some even more, because if there's houses that we're building like in the mountains, that's going to be a completely different ballpark. So just make sure you really understand what it is that you're getting yourself into before you sign on the dotted line. Make sure you have full transparency with the people that are working with you. And if you have any questions, I would love to read them down below. You can comment. Let me know what you would like to further understand, maybe stuff that we didn't cover in the video that we can make another video for you. I appreciate you guys and the support. We are above 2,000 subscribers now, which I'm just so thankful for. And my goal, as I've mentioned before, is to help you in understanding all the ins and outs of real estate and be vulnerable with you guys, because I'm a human and I feel like there's a lot of agents that just walk, I don't know how to explain it, but they walk like if they're walking on water. And I think that we're human at the end of the day, and we can connect with people. When you connect with people, when you provide value to people, when you take care of people, people take care of you. So I hope that these videos are helping you, whether you decide to work with us or not. Hopefully you do. But regardless, I am sending you much love, and I will talk to you guys on the next one.